Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our last session in Majlis. We're delighted to welcome all in Majlis, part of Misk Global Forum of 2023. I'm Reema Sahibani, and I'm going to be your MC for the last session. So our last session of the day titled as Healthy Body, Healthy Mind. So now let's relax and learn from this session. Please let's extend a warm welcome to our moderator of the session, Alla Kwieder. And please join me in welcoming our special guest for the day, Preston. And Rasha Alkhamis. Welcome and enjoy your session.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, and thank you for joining us here today. My name is Alla Kwieder, and we are here to discuss healthy mind, healthy body. Thank you for joining us on the second night of the 7th Misk Global Forum at this wonderful UNESCO heritage site, Bujeri Terrace in Diriyah, city, or let's say the earth, city of the earth. I'm accompanied here today by my colleague Michael Preston, our Director of Sports, and Rasha Alkhamis, the Vice President of the Saudi Boxing Federation. We're here to discuss what our perception and projection of healthy mind, healthy body is. So Rasha, over to you.
Thank you, Alla. First of all, it is an absolute pleasure to be part of this well-esteemed panel, and it's absolutely great to be part of speaking to this vibrant audience. I would like to extend my appreciation to Misk Foundation, Misk Global Forum, and Misk Schools for hosting me tonight. I would also like to congratulate you on the successful edition of this year's Misk Global Forum. Let me start by shedding light on, so I grew up as a sports enthusiast doing different sports. I've done 6 sports growing up, from soccer to tennis to basketball to long distance running. And I truly believe in the essence of healthy mind, healthy body. Saudi Arabia has been embracing the theme of sports and fitness the past 7 years, and it has generated a positive and tangible impact on the society. And I'm very proud and honored and inspired by the number of women and men who has been picking up sports and fitness across different age groups. Let me start by shedding light on my experience with sports. Sports has taught me resilience, discipline, and determination. And I believe these are a combination of healthy body and healthy mind.
Thank you, Rasha. Michael, what is healthy mind and healthy body? And do they have to coexist?
And that's an excellent question about whether they do have to coexist. I firmly believe that, yes, they do. To be healthy in your mind, you have to be physically active. You have to be looking after your body, thinking about the nutrition, thinking about how much you sleep is key to that. And that's something that we try to instill in the youth, particularly of the students at our school. It's a powerful message to get across to them. And it's all about role modeling that as well, and really ensuring that we're preparing everybody for the future by not only thinking about their education, about their mind, but ensuring that we're educating them about how to look after their bodies so that they can enjoy life for as long as possible.
Absolutely, absolutely. And on that note that Michael just mentioned, at Misk Schools, we are looking to develop athletic talent. And as we can see from the trajectory of Saudi Arabia and hosting the World Cup in 2034, What are the challenges that you faced, Rasha, and what was your story in sports?
Let me start by shedding light on my upbringing. I grew up with the principle and values that sport is for all. Sport is for men and women, girls and boys. These principles were instilled in me since I was 7 years old. I recall my mom used to encourage me and my eldest brother, Abdullah, to play basketball during weekdays, right after schoolwork. And during the weekend, we used to play versus my father. I remember when we used to play versus my father, the same critiques that he used to give my eldest brother, Abdullah, on how to improve his techniques, how to improve his dribbles, he used to give it to me as well. So from a very young age, he showed me that sport is for all, sport is for men and women. I grew up being the sports enthusiast with these principles. I grew up being the sports enthusiast where I've picked up different sports. I started with basketball to soccer, tennis, long distance running. I also climbed mountains, surfing, ending it with boxing. I'm also a 4-time Guinness World Record holder in sports and the first female certified boxing coach in sports. So,
Rasha, that is just so inspiring.
thank you.
And well done. And thank you for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
What were the challenges that you faced in this journey, and lengthy journey, must I say?
Definitely. So sports has always been an outlet. Since I was 7 years old until now, sport has always been an outlet. But when I moved to California to pursue my graduate studies back in 2014, I was going through a lot of pressure from one, living abroad, two, as from assignments, papers that needs to be written while I was in graduate school. And I was looking for an outlet, that's something that can take me from the pressure to a more empowering tool that can make me more active and physically active. And I recall that the first week I started doing boxing, there was a major shift in my physical well-being, my mental well-being. I've been more energized, and I also felt that also my interaction with the students, with the professors, I started being more active on school. I wanted to be more on like committees, and so it really changed my perspective and about like a healthy body, healthy mind, which from a healthy body, you can get the energy, the motivation to be physically and to be mentally resilient and strong. So, yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Michael, on that note, earlier today we were discussing healthy mind, healthy body and the balance and the requirement to succeed in both. How do you feel the challenge would or what challenges do you feel that you would overtake with training youth in the domain?
I mean, thinking about the healthy body side of things, is how quite often something that we experience is how youth deal with success and failure, and looking at, if they don't succeed, do they continue building that resilience? And one of the best tips I ever received as a young athlete was it's not win and lose, it's feedback. Everything you get is feedback.
Yep.
And it's how you use that feedback effectively to motivate you to come back, either taking the boxing analogy, get back off the canvas and carry on.
Yep.
Or deal with losing a football match. Okay, but it's the same on the education side, dealing with an examination result that didn't go so well.
Absolutely.
So it's about utilizing that feedback to improve and use it in a positive way, take it in a positive spin.
Absolutely.
And it's building those skills in individuals so that they keep going, whether it be an individual pursuit, be fitness activities or a team sport. And then by doing that, they improve their physical wellness, and then that in turn will benefit them to have a healthy mind as well.
Absolutely. How do you feel this could be exercised outside of a football pitch or beside a football pitch, whether it be a classroom or through swimming or through a drawing exercise, the mental agility element, what could be done in the educational sector to make sure that our youth has that balance moving
Okay, so
forward?
I think it's breaking down those barriers and saying it's okay to experience failure. Okay, for things to go wrong, that's how we improve. And it's giving the youth of today the knowledge and understanding that it's okay to have setbacks, but it's how you bounce back. It's how you use that feedback. So as you're saying, it could be used in a sports situation. It could be used in general life, dealing with family life, but it can also be used in the classroom as well. But it's all about giving students the confidence that it's okay to not always succeed, but it's how you use that feedback.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Adding to Michael's point, last week I was in Riyadh school, and based on the interaction with the students, I've had multiple questions. And what I told them is that success is not a straight line. There's ups and downs. There's multiple downs and there's multiple ups, but as long as you know your objective and where do you actually want to reach, that's the most important thing. But, and I think failure, people, yes, I think for the younger generation, I feel that there's that stigma of failure. I think yesterday, His Excellency Swaha said that failure is the first point to success.
Absolutely.
So it's very important to. I'm not saying we need to fail, but I'm saying that failure is the first step to success because once you fail, once the opportunity comes, you'll hold it very tightly to make sure that you know how to navigate, you know the trajectory of your path.
Absolutely. I believe a lot of the audience possibly here might agree with failure being the lesson that you reflect on and realize that actually this taught me and this led me to where I am today.
Yeah.
Did you face any failures or let's say a situation where you perceived it as a failure in your career?
That's a very good question. When it comes to boxing, I thought that I was going to face a lot of opposition, and I thought that I was going to face a lot of challenges and failures. But I started in the right era of the golden era of sports. So in boxing specifically, my career has been very positive, from one success after another, from the first certified boxing coach to a board of director to a vice president to a board of director on the Asian Boxing Federation. And what I've seen is that people along the sideline were clapping and cheering, and so that when it comes to boxing, I think that. But let me tell you about when I was an athlete. My first soccer match, I was. So let me tell you about my first. I was one of the first co-founders of a soccer team back in 2007, and this soccer team was about. It was full of my family team, like my extended family, my cousins, my sisters, and we actually created that soccer team because we used to play football versus my uncles and my cousins, my male cousins. And I remember when we used to play with them, they were very tough. They were like, "You shouldn't miss that pass. You should have got that goal." You know, this is how they play with us. They would push us and then like, "Get up." You know, this is how they would treat us. So when we first created our soccer team back in 2007, we lost the first match, and it was very painful. I remember I was 15 years old, and I almost cried for almost 1 week, and it was very devastating to lose my first match while creating the first soccer team. We played versus Al Yamama team, and I remember when we created the soccer league, we came in much stronger. We came in more prepared, and I realized that yes, you can fail, but with the right planning, with the right effort and time, you can definitely come back much stronger. This is one of the challenges that I've learned. Yeah, and one of the challenges that I've learned from is that yes, we fail, but we can come back more resilient. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing your story with us and the background of the ups and downs and the broken bones from what I remember that we discussed yesterday. But it's a must. So is there a last message that you could share with the audience or a takeaway in terms of healthy body, healthy mind balance?
As a female sports athlete, as a Saudi female sports athlete, I am very proud to witness and to be part of the golden era of sports in Saudi Arabia. Not only because women are being at the forefront of this transformation, but also the narrative has changed from women empowerment to society empowerment. So now we're talking about women, men, youth, elderly, disability. We're talking about the whole nation. How can we empower the whole nation together to drive towards Vision 2030? What I can say is now is the time to dream big and to be part of a bigger dream with the right planning, with the determination and discipline. You can realize your goals and achieve your dreams.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rasha. Do we have any questions from the audience? Yes, Fadal.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Ahmed Al-Qasim. I will take the healthy mind part. I think one of the most requirements to have mind well-being to be present, always to be present. So from your experience, how to be present to have mind well-being? Thank you.
Good question.
Would you like to go ahead?
Again?
So I've read about The Power of Now. It's a book by who's the author? I forgot. The Power of Now.
Remember.
I can't remember his name.
But it's one of the really great books that helped me to be more present, monitor your thoughts, let go of the past, and monitor your thoughts on how do you, when your mind start thinking about the past, how do you let go of that, and then once your mind is thinking about the future, then how do you monitor it and making sure that it's a practice. So it's more about practicing step by step. It's more about how do you disconnect from your thoughts and start monitoring it. Where is it going and how is it going back and forward? And it's also a practice, like if you're seeing a bird, how do you look at the bird, its feather, the feathers, how is it flying? It's more about like how do you practice your mind in being the present, and that will also help you to be more in the present. Yeah. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Do we have any other questions? Fadal. Excuse me, can we have the mic? Thank you.
Thank you. This question is for you, Michael. I know Michael's my colleague, by the way, and he didn't prep me on this question, but as you guys were speaking, I was thinking, I'm a PE teacher too, so I feel like I know what to do in the classroom. I am struggling as a father of a 7-year-old, the healthy body, healthy mind, and I'm looking at the logo. There's a football and a soccer ball. I like that you call it soccer because I'm from Australia. And there's a controller. I am struggling with the controller side of things as a father. Do you have any advice in your teaching? Because it's a bit different when you sort of step out of the zone of being an educator to stepping into the zone of being the father of the child. I always thought me and him are going to keep running and play, and every time I get home from work, even though I'm bugging, I'm like, let's go play some football. He doesn't want to. So please tell me, do you have any ideas, anything you can help me with? Thank you.
Absolutely, and that's a fantastic question. It's football, by the way, not soccer. So with regards to that, I'm a father as well, so I go through the same struggles. But for me, it's all about giving opportunity, balance, and being patient. Okay, so the opportunity side of things is give your child options and make it a choice, not compulsion. If children have a choice, they're more likely to stick with something and learn the true value of it and the values. Okay, but obviously by giving them a range of options, so encourage to do physical activity, but also say that it's okay to do gaming as well, but it has to be with a purpose, whether it's for a certain amount of time to achieve a certain goal, or you get to do it and then we're going to go out for a walk because it's important that we also socialize as well. Okay, so opportunity, okay. It is about balance, as you say, is in ensuring that you always give the balance of something that people want to do, a passion, and also something that they enjoy. But it's also about finding things that you can connect with your child on as well. Okay, so that would be my tips to you. But I'd also just say stick with it, okay, and have fun being a father, because that's such a great lesson for you too.
Thank you, Michael. Thank you. Do we have time for one more?
Yep.
Hi, assalamu alaikum. My name is Sir Zahir. Rasha and I work in the same company, but it's a question that always came to my mind. I know you wear a different hat, being a consultant, but I don't know if many people know, but yeah. The question is, how do you manage your time being, having a healthy body and a healthy mind, right? So, strategy consultants normally work, 10, 12, 14 hours a day, right? So it's a kind of, trying to understand how can I manage my time given that there's a lot of commitment, professional and personal commitment, right? So it's just a question that came to my mind. Thank you.
Thank you, Saud. So that's a hat that no one probably today in the audience knows about, but I'm a strategy consultant with Ernst & Young. I oversee the media entertainment sector, and that's a very good question. So I think my life revolves around the yin and yang, which means that once it's more kind of loose and EY, I would focus more on the Boxing Federation and what's happening in the Boxing Federation. And once it's more loose in the Boxing Federation, I would put my energy and focus. But I think once you have a routine, which is very important, an early morning start, a time where you can have lunch a certain time of the day, where you would have lunch a certain time of the day, where you'd have coffee, you can actually regulate your energy throughout the day. And I think it's more about how do you regulate your energy and how do you, so what goes in your body from healthy food, healthy thoughts, it would help you in regulating your energy throughout the day. And I think that's the most important thing is a routine. It's the yin and yang, and it's the produce, or what do you actually produce, what do you consume, whether from food, thoughts, and all that will help you regulate your energy. So, yeah.
Tips. Thank you, Rasha. Thank you, everyone. I think our time is up. Do we have time for one more question? We have one more at the back there. Over there, please.
Hello, my name is Farah. I am also like you, Rasha. I am a bodybuilder. Also, I'm a dentist. So I have this really, it's very hard to have a new passion. And when you have this, everything in life, and you have these responsibilities, it's hard to find your passion, It's hard to regulate it. So how can I manage this with the fatigue, the mind fatigue, also the daily life? How?
You want to go ahead?
I mean, what do you think? How do you deal with that in your situation?
I think I'll give it to you, and then I'll probably respond, or...
I mean, with regards to that, I mean, it's all about life balance, ensuring that you, like you spoke to earlier, is prioritizing. What did you say your profession was?
Dentist.
Dentist. Okay,
And a bodybuilder.
And a bodybuilder as well. That's a great combination, may I add. and fair play. Like that's either you're doing a great job, and obviously you're doing a sports area that requires a lot of dedication. Trying to balance that is tricky, but as Rasha spoke to, it's all about routine. Do you have a training partner, or are you part of a group and stuff like that? That's, that was what I'd say is that keeps you committed and on time. Something that I've learned in terms of my work-life balance and ensuring that I prioritize my physical activity too is building it into my work day where I can, whether it be at the start of the day. My Director General sat right in front of me here. He actually ensures that it's part of our work day and role models that, and we have wellness sessions within that. So it's all about trying to build it into your day, staying motivated, and where possible, utilizing those people around you to ensure that you stay on time and overcome those challenges like fatigue.
But how actually I can stay motivated with all these consequences?
Good. Well, that's the ultimate question. How do you remain motivated? Goal setting, I would say, is a key one there. Okay, set yourself a series of mini goals to meet. Okay, whether that's a set number of training sessions you're going to make, be it other things you're going to do around your life to keep you motivated. Okay, because it's not just work. It's not just about the physical activity, it's all the socializing and everything that goes with that. So like if you can work out with someone that you can speak to and recap other things as well, it becomes a social activity. Okay, and that keeps you motivated too. I hope that helps.
Thank you.
I think we have time for one more. There's one at the back in the center.
Hi there. My name is Dan Innes. I'm the COO of a global data sports business. And I'm just wondering, the investment that the Kingdom is making into sport, speaking to the Boxing Federation in particular with some of the headline events that have been announced in the last couple of days, how do you think that impacts on the healthy minds of residents in the Kingdom and the impact that has on the perception of Saudi Arabia around the world?
That's a very good question. So let's revert back to 2019 when we first hosted the Clash on the Dunes. So boxing has grew by 300% ever since we've hosted Clash of the Dunes. Fitness boxing grew by 18,000, and fitness boxing are mainly on gyms. 50% of government clubs has grew. So we started back in 2019 where we had 10 clubs. Now we have around 80 government clubs, Al Hilal, Al Nasr, Al Ahli. Also, number of referees and judges grew by almost 25%. So we're talking about the whole ecosystem that is being impacted by hosting these big events. Not only that, leadership are attending these big events, which gives as well more presence to the sport. It makes it a prominent sport. It's sport number 6 in PIF. It's sport number 10 in Ministry of Sports. So the investment is there across the whole ecosystem. And there is a flood of demand on the sport itself. And we're actually building a big team to respond to that, to supply that demand and also respond to that demand.
Wonderful. That's very exciting news. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rasha. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. I think...
We're done?
I think we are done.
Okay.
I think we need to leave. Do we leave? Do we stay? Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.